You're watching the Sports and Political channel of LB. If you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Let's get down to business. So, this particular video will talk about Stephen A. Smith and his long-standing beef with Kyrie Irving. Now, we all know about the over-the-top histrionics that Stephen A. Smith will go on when it came to Kyrie Irving, whether it be bashing him but not taking the jab, bashing him but not showing up to work, bashing him for whatever reason he gets a chance to. Now, he initially confirmed that they have personal issues during a segment on the Pat McAfee show during the height of the Super Bowl. And during a segment on the Mike Missinelli podcast, Stephen A. Smith confirmed yet again that he and Kyrie Irving have beef on a personal level and that he'll never reveal why. Now, this is the thing. Good morning to y'all. Nathan, Ted Cox, salute to y'all. Anybody that's watching this video, anybody that's going to watch this video, make sure you hit that like button as you come on in. I appreciate everyone, love and support. If you want to donate to my channel, this is my Cash App, this is my PayPal. Any and all donations, I appreciate it. All right. So, Stephen A. Smith revealing that, now I have to come into question or call into question, his level of objectivity when it comes to breaking down Kyrie Irving. What's up, LA Sports Live? Salute to my man, LA Sports Live. Hey, man, thank you for having me on your platform the other day. I look forward to doing that again with you. So go subscribe to my man, LA Sports Live. You want all Lakers content? He provides that content in a really dynamic fashion, and so go support my brother, LA Sports Live. But yeah, man, Stephen A. Smith, I hear talking about he got these issues with Kyrie Irving on a personal level, and that it will come into question or call into question his level of objectivity. Me as a viewer cannot look at Stephen A. Smith with any kind of credibility now. Like anything that he says from this point forward when it comes to Kyrie Irving, I have to cast some kind of doubt, or I'm going to have to go at it from a different angle because he's compromised, right? How can I listen to Stephen A. Smith with any kind of objectivity or any kind of situation to where he calls this thing down the middle? Because he can't, because he already told y'all that him, Kyrie, and his daddy got a beef that's not going to be solved no time soon, if ever. They're not going to squash it. It's not going to resonate in anything the way these two can get together from a civil standpoint and squash this thing. Now, Jay Williams, what's up? Yeah, I was just going to get to that, Nathan. Now, Jay Williams and Kyrie Irving have one thing in common. They're both alumni of Duke University, right? Jay Williams played there from about 99 to 02. Kyrie Irving did like about a year, around 2010, 2011-ish, right? Both these guys were lottery picks in the NBA draft. Jay Williams' career got cut short due to a motorcycle accident. And, Kyrie has been, perennial all-star, won an NBA championship with the Cleveland Cavaliers, hitting the biggest shot in that franchise history or whatever. So Jay Williams basically, for all intents and purposes, called Stephen A. Smith out on that, right? I remember that segment on First Take where Jay Williams called out Stephen A. Smith for his personal issues with Kyrie Irving. He called it out. And it was pretty evident about how passionate that Stephen A. Smith was when it came to the subject of Kyrie Irving. I mean, that tension was so thick, you could cut it with a knife. What's up, Kenyon Perry? Salute to y'all. Almost a case of Stephen A. Smith was having Kyrie Irving living rent free in his head. Now, after Kyrie Irving was traded to the Dallas Mavericks, that's what Stephen A. Smith said. They know how I feel about how they acted towards me, and they know how I feel about them, and I know how they feel about me. Smith says about having his issues with Kyrie Irving and his father. But I can say that to anyone out there, because I know that does not interfere with my reporting on here and my perspective based off the facts. Oh, yes, it does, Stephen A. Smith. Yes, it does. It does absolutely interfere with your reporting on him. Because if it didn't, you wouldn't go out your way to nitpick and to find any and every little thing wrong with Kyrie Irving. So it does absolutely interfere with your perspective. Now, he declined to elaborate further on the issue. But there's a rumor going around. And look, you got to take this with a pinch of salt, because I don't know for sure. And I'm continuing to do my research on this to find the smoking gun, right? But there's a rumor out there that Kyrie Irving engaged in grown up undressing sessions with a woman Stephen A. Smith had affections for. Like I said, that's the rumor. I don't know for sure. I'm still trying to do my digging on that to find the smoking gun. Now, normally when emotions get this heated, normally, I'm not saying in all cases, but in most cases, women get involved, especially if there's women that you have affections for and somebody who you know that was providing them curvy sausages or whatever like that, right? Whether it be in the mouth and the other areas of the in that love slit down there, then yeah, when word gets out that happens, then of course there's gonna be some deep rooted uh envy, jealousy, or even hatred there, right? But like I said before, this is only a rumor. I don't know for sure, and I'm still doing my research on that, right? Now, Stephen A. Smith said he'll never tell of why that him and Kyrie Irving have personal beef. But one thing I know about sellouts, right? And I do mean Stephen A. Smith, you are a quintessential sellout, right? One thing I know about these sellouts, for the right price, they'll tell. That's right. For the right price, they'll say it. Because see, the only reason Stephen A. Smith ain't saying nothing about it yet, because it's not financially beneficial to him. But I'm pretty sure if someone dangled a couple $1,000,000 around his head, right, that George Jefferson stunt double will start singing like a canary. Yep, that's one thing I know about sellout. For the right price, they'll talk. They'll talk. Because if we all remember, Stephen A. Smith, the same guy that wakes up every morning with two things on his mind. How can he make his bosses money, and how can he get some of that same money? That's the two things that's on Stephen A. Smith's mind whenever he wakes up in the morning. Mm-hmm. So how are we supposed to take Stephen A. Smith seriously now when we know that this is out here? I don't take Stephen A. Smith seriously. Anybody that has common sense to the level of these shoe size should not take Stephen A. Smith seriously. Man's a clown. He's a joke. He's a buck dancing, shoe shining, go sell up the mountain type individual. Salute to my man RG Titan in the building. You make sure y'all donate to my Cash App and PayPal too, man. You know what I'm saying? Any and all donations are appreciated. But salute to my man RG Titan 901 in the building. Now, watch this, right? Should the Dallas Mavericks not make the playoffs, right? Because the Dallas Mavericks, with Luka Doncic and Kyrie on the same team, they're only like 5-7. They didn't play the last two games because both those guys were out with injuries, right? And it looked like Tim Hardaway Jr. was out. He left the game in the third quarter. Looked like he hurt his thighs, something like that, right? Really killed my FanDuel lineup last night. But anyway, that's neither here nor there, right? The Dallas Mavericks has not performed well ever since the acquisition of Kyrie Irving. And I know deep in my soul that Stephen A. Smith is chomping at the bit to trash Kyrie Irving should the Dallas Mavericks not make the playoffs, right? That's one scenario. The second scenario is, should the Dallas Mavericks make the playoffs and not make a deep playoff run in the Western Conference, say like they get bounced in the first round or something like that, Stephen A. Smith is going to go on another round of jihad against Kyrie Irving. The third scenario is, while unlikely, should the Dallas Mavericks make the Western Conference Finals, the criticism of Kyrie Irving is not going to be as steep. But there's going to be some criticisms towards Kyrie Irving from Stephen A. Smith. So in the coming weeks and months, because April 10th is the last day of the regular season, I believe, you're going to hear Stephen A. Smith go on another round of jihad against Kyrie Irving, especially if they don't make the playoffs. If they, because right now Dallas is in that level where they're in the playing territory. That's what I'm trying to say. They're in the playing territory. So if for some reason the Dallas Mavericks don't make the playoffs while in that playing, oh boy, watch Stephen A. Smith. Watch him. He is going to go scorch earth on Kyrie Irving. And he's going to go scorch earth on the Dallas Mavericks for trading for him. And he's going to start talking this nonsense about how Kyrie Irving shouldn't deserve a max deal, and that if you give him a max deal, it should only be like 1 year and all this other stuff. Watch what I tell you, right? If the Mavericks don't make the playoffs or they have an early playoff exit, this man is going to go scorch earth on Kyrie Irving. Watch what I tell you. Because, see, when you understand the behavior, right, you're able to make predictions based off past behavior because we are creatures of habit. And since this man came out and said that we have a beef that will never be resolved, then his integrity to speak on Kyrie Irving with any kind of objectivity is going to have to come into question here. If it doesn't come into question, it sure will diminish his credibility on this subject. Now, if you're not subscribing to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. And if you want to donate to my Cash App, PayPal, that's the links on the bottom of the thumbnail. Also, last but definitely not least, shouts out to the mighty Lions Den basketball community. This your man. Scream at me. Oh!